are back in this June 1st, 2009 edition of the InfoWarrior. I'm going to take one call, then we're going to go to this clip, then we're going to take calls after that. And remember, we're going to get into how we can make a difference. And these two clips that are coming up, the We Are Change one being first, are examples of what you can do. You know, you can go to a media event. You can ask a question of somebody of authority, their lordship. I'm not saying you're going to get an honest answer or an answer you like, but put it on the record. Remember, our greatest weapon in this info war is the camcorder. It's an amazing device. All right, let's jump to this clip. We Are Change New York, always out there, always doing good work, fighting the good fight. Hit it.
Here with Manny Badillo, going to ask our Senator Gillibrand what she thinks about 9/11 Truth.
Nice to meet you.
And so happy.
So where are you from?
You're from GCN.
Okay.
And we'd like to just ask you, before you were speaking of, speaking up about those who don't have a voice. We have a very urgent situation right now in New York City. Before there was a question asked about Afghanistan, about 7.5 years being there. Close to 8 years ago, I lost my loved one in the World Trade Center.
Oh, God bless you.
Thomas Joseph Scroy, the mentor of our family, okay? 70% of family members' questions were never answered during the commission hearings. Just recently, Vice President Biden was handed a paper, a study that was done, that proves that there were explosives found in the debris of the World Trade Center. I'm asking you how you feel, given the fact that family members, first responders, scientists, and even your colleagues feel that there should be a new and open investigation into what happened in New York City on 9/11. Do you support a new investigation into what happened?
Well, based on what you've just told me, and that 70% of the family's questions weren't answered, I think those questions should be answered. So if that means another review or a fuller hearing or more opportunities to the families, I will support that, because I do think it's important that every family member has every question answered.
Would your office accept the study and to be able to take a look at it and review?
I will certainly look at the study and review it. Absolutely.
Excellent. And also there's the James Zadroga bill that's on the Senate floor right now. It's supporting the tens of thousands of sick and dying hero first responders that went in to rescue my uncle.
I'm carrying that bill, and I'm carrying it from Senator Clinton, Secretary Clinton, and I'm working with Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney on the House side to actually pass a 9/11 health bill. It's really important that first responders have the health care they need.
One more question. We have a petition that's taking place right in New York City to get on the November ballot the ability for New York City voters to decide whether or not to have that 9/11 investigation with subpoena power privately funded. Do you support the efforts of over 40,000 so far New York City residents in having the question whether or not to have a 9/11 investigation in New York City on the November ballot?
I would very much like to look at that issue, because that sounds like something that the voters really should be part of the discussion. So will you give me that information so I can review it?
Yes, absolutely, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Very
Just spoke with Senator Gillibrand.
All right, let's pull the clip.
Everyone.
You know, what a great job by Manny Badillo and Luke Radowski, of course, and of course the sniveling little handler there. Okay, that's it. You could see that, like, he's looking, but he realizes it on camera, and then he looks again. Hopefully, we're gonna, hold her feet to the fire. If somebody does go to one of these events where they are able to ask her a question or approach her, do so with a camera. Say, hey, I saw you on YouTube. I'm really glad that you're going to take a look at this latest Stephen Jones paper. I'm very glad that you are supporting the James Zadroga bill. I'm also very glad that you're open to 9/11 Truth. Here's a copy of Fabled Enemies. Here's a copy of Loose Change Final Cut. Why don't you just take a look at the evidence presented in this and see for yourself if you don't think that a new investigation is warranted. Unfortunately, she really is handled by Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, who appointed her. So, it's a double-edged sword. You don't want to keep giving up, but you don't want to be naive enough to think that she's just going to jump on the bandwagon after one conversation. And that's why we have to continue to ask her about these issues. We're going to go in-depth with that tomorrow with Luke Radowski and, of course, Manny Badillo. Again, you want to start your own chapter of We Are Change? You want to join a chapter of We Are Change? Go email dan@wearechange.org right now. Tell him Jason Bermas, the InfoWarrior, sent you, and he will hook you up, I promise. These are the most active cats in the movement, in my humble opinion, and I love them very much.